Hey guys, this week is completely different. I did not have a guest. I just had something on my heart to share. So I just quickly did a Facebook Live, and here it is. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Spirit-Centered Business Podcast, where we blend the spiritual with the practical for supernatural results. Now, here is your host, Bralynn Newby.
Okay, hello there. Hopefully the second time is a charm here and we can get going with the video. I really wanted to be able to move around and walk around and stuff, and that's why I'm trying to do it standing up, but with this tripod I don't know. So anyway, so today's show, obviously it's a different format because I just have been feeling lately that there's a lot going on now that has put stuff on us, and we've come into alignment and agreement. And I'm talking about myself because I've had to work through some stuff with myself as well. So when I say we, I really mean we. I'm not just using it just because. So I said I wanted to talk about clarity, because so many people are running through life dulled down. Their vision and their view of themselves and the view of their situation and the view of, what life looks like, what their future looks like, what's their mission, why am I here? All of those big questions are kind of foggy to a lot of people. Hi, Steve. Hello from Kansas City. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you guys. Thank you. I know I don't go live during Spirit-Centered Business very often, but I usually do a little pre-show. But today I really felt... Well, here's the irony. Here's the truth, you guys. I'm just going to be real and honest. Over the weekend, I really felt I wanted to do this show on clarity and hope. And you're in the shower and you're thinking, oh, I could say this and I could say that and I could make the point with this story. And then it came down to today and I'm like, what do I say? I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but... So I made some notes. I've been praying a lot and asking Holy Spirit, what do they really need to hear, to tell you the truth? But so what it comes down to is there's all of this stuff that's been put on us that dulls our vision, that dulls our clarity, that brings confusion, that brings chaos, that brings feelings of incompleteness and being unsteady and unstable. And I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, Rachel's in Wyoming. Hey there. I hope that makes sense to you, because I have certainly been feeling it, and I've talked to a lot of other people who have been feeling like there's an unsure about what's going on, and surely there's a lot of doubt and unsteadiness in the world right now. But it's not that. It's not that the political, economic, it's not all of that. It's an internal unsteadiness that we have put it on ourselves, and we've taken it on or come into alignment or come into agreement with it, and it's not ours. And I'm speaking for me. When I take it on, it is not mine. And I'm to the point now where I can kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? This isn't even me. I'm a planner. I'm a I'm an optimist. I tend to see the solution in things rather than the problem, although I want to see the problem clearly so that I come with the right solution and not just jump to a conclusion. But lately it's been, I have this thing on me and I don't want to own it, but I want to get it off, but I couldn't get it off. It's like this. Oh, Rachel says, thanks for speaking from your heart. Yeah, well, you know what? I've come to the point where if I'm not speaking from my heart, who knows where it's coming from? And you know what I mean. So we don't want to be speaking there. Anyway. So this thing that was on me, and there's a bit of doubt in it, and there's a lack of self-worth or seeing my value, or other people not seeing their value. And I help a lot of my clients. The first thing we need to work on is seeing how amazing they are. And I'm going to speak to you directly, because how unique you are. And you have stuff inside you that no one else has. And your voice is important, and the way that you say things is important. And so all of that gets dumbed down, and there's like this fog that comes over us when we just go day to day. I just got to take one step, and then the next step, and the next step, and you just get dumbed down, and your world becomes smaller, and you become so much more constricted. Does that make sense, you guys? Anyone else feeling constricted? We're called to the wide open spaces. Wide open spaces. Can you guys see this? Let me show you this. Wide open spaces. Wide open. We're called to this. And when we get constricted, when we feel a dulling down and a lack of clarity and confusion and frustration, when we feel that, oh, Kathy says totally, oh good, I'm glad I'm not alone. When we feel that, our future goes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and it doesn't seem like it's real. And we feel like we're living in someone else's body or someone else's life. Like, why am I slogging through my days? And, why am I here? Am I living the mission that God put me on? Like, is this all there is? Slogging day to day, Cheerios for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, and lean cuisine for dinner. Next day, Cheerios for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, lean cuisine for dinner. It's like, it's just not supposed to be this way. And we're not supposed to feel like it's this way. And that feeling really isolates us, and it really keeps us small. It keeps us in hiding, and it keeps us from seeing our brilliance. It keeps us from taking our authority, and it keeps us from understanding and properly using the power that we've been given. It's like our power gets sloughed off of us, and all of a sudden we feel powerless. We feel hopeless. We feel despair. We feel like it's never going to change. It's always going to be this way. And I can tell you, those are lies. Yeah, Kathy, we have years of dumbing down. Yes, exactly. And we're dumbed down starting when we're little, right? As soon as we start losing creativity and losing imagination and all of those playful, delightful things that children have, and we start narrowing them down into boxes and categorizing and saying it needs to be done this way. So it starts young. But I'm not talking, yes, there is some of that, but I'm talking about even now, even when we know that kind of stuff, and we know in our head, we know what we need to do. We know that it's supposed to be different. We know that we can go to the Father into the heavenly realms, or, pray, whatever your belief is. You know that there's a higher being that we can go to and say, look, something is wrong. I'm praying for a change. Please help me. But the problem is, the perspective that we're coming from is skewed. We need to just totally shift so that we can come from a perspective of, I see what's going on in my situation. Let me put my finger on the problem and get rid of it. Like, bam. So that it's not bugging us. And we have to be objective about taking our thoughts captive. Like taking an analytical look at, wow, why was I just thinking that? Why was I just feeling that? And where did that come from? It's not me, And then if you do court cases or, in lie busters, it's a beautiful way to get that slime off. You just say, what right do you have to remain? And if there's a legal right to remain, you just deal with it, get it done, and there's no right for these negative thoughts and stuff to remain. But coming back to having that clarity, what steals our clarity? What puts that fog on us? And I would say, there's self-doubts and there's procrastination. That sometimes procrastination happens for a reason, guys. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes we're meant to fire in certain quadrants of our brain. And if we're operating in an opposite quadrant of the brain that you're not designed for, your brain literally takes up 100 times more oxygen and glucose, and you get tired faster and it fatigues faster. And so procrastination is sometimes, not all the time, don't use this as an excuse, but sometimes it's your brain's way of saying, stop, just, I can't do this right now. I need to take a break. You're burning me out. Because literally when you do use that oxygen and glucose uptake from operating in a capacity that's not your natural bent, you are literally raising the temperature of the operating temperature of your brain. So it is literally frying it. So there is that. And of course that causes confusion and loss of clarity. Yes. There's also something about being decisive and being certain and standing on it and remaining, like hold. Todd Weatherly said really, really well in the Academy the other day. He was saying that, when a vine is grafted into a tree, the only job it has is to stay there. Just hold. Just stay there. Because let time do the work of creating the tissues that connect it, right? And so when we're faced with a situation and we make a decision and we know it's a good decision, we've prayed over it, we feel like it's the right thing, all we need to do is hold. Stay in the frequency of the certainty of that decision. And the way I say it is renegotiating with yourself. Don't renegotiate with yourself if something comes up and situations change or your emotions take you in a different way. You can't renegotiate with yourself. You have to stay. You have to just hold. And I want you to see that visual. Hold. Because one of my mentors, I just happened to come across this in an old journal. She said, how did she phrase it? Hold on, let me get it right. Indecision is a form of self-abuse. That's so true. Oh my gosh. It's totally self-sabotage when you're indecisive, when you make a decision and then change your decision. And then you think, oh, well, maybe I'm going to do something else. And I want to see all my options. And, oh my gosh, does that not absolutely bring you out of peace? Brings you out of clarity. It brings you out of certainty, and it brings you out of confidence, and it brings you out of hope. And I want to tie those two together, really, because if you're clear on a decision, and you're clear on what you said you were going to do, and you're clear on your next steps, it doesn't matter if it's business or life or a diet or a relationship. It doesn't matter. If you're clear, you have a certainty that gives you hope. Because when we're so dumbed down and we've got dulled down with the fog of confusion and the fog of frustration and the fog of too many options and too many variables and too much information and overwhelm. When we're dumbed down with that, our hope disappears. It becomes so tiny. It's a tiny little speck of hope. And we don't want that. We want the big, open space, wide open space hope that God really designed us for. Okay, wind, we want wind. We want that big hope that God designed us for. So, thank you, Steve. Great encouragement. Yes. Because the hope is what drives us, because when we have hope, we have vision. And when we can see the future and we see the wide open spaces and we can see that vision, it brings us joy and it brings us purpose. And we know that we're dancing and God absolutely is singing over us. And we know that He loves us no matter what. And if we step off and we go down this one track, but we've got our vision and we're loving God with all of our heart and we're, chasing after our dreams, He's going to correct us. He will find us. Don't be so worried about getting it perfect, about getting it right, about, did I choose the right option? Did I choose the right variable? And this comes up right now because I'm getting a new car. I'm, trying to figure out which vehicle I want and what options. And it's overwhelming, guys. It really is. I'm like, I have narrowed it down to, I want something with power seats and a power lift gate if it's an SUV. I mean, everything else is like, it's all there. It's all good. I know they're all safe. I know they're... It's like, okay, whatever. Well, it's got to look good. No, I don't even look at ugly cars. I won't drive an ugly car. So it's got to look good. But it's like there's miles of web pages, scroll of everything you can look at in a car. It's mind numbing, literally. It's like it's so not me. My brain starts melting out my ears. So after driving a few, it's like, okay, I realized this is what I need. Power seats and a power lift gate. All else, it's got to look good. That's it. Okay. So that's just me. But guys, this is the point. Kathy, this is the whole idea of living by faith. Oftentimes we don't see the path in front of us. Yes, however, living in faith, there's a little bit of like gutting it out in faith. I'm living by faith. By faith I'm going to do this. And it's like, it's a little bit more of a striving when you think about living by faith. Chris Blackaby said it really well. But when you relax and just live in love, and you're just in love, and you're in the frequency of joy, it's a lot easier, and it's not striving. And the faith is walked out. It's like you have to prove the faith by the works, Kathy says. Oh, yeah. Laura Van, hi, Bralynn. Good to catch you while you're making dinner. Oh, what you cooking, girlfriend? I know you're an awesome cook. I miss you. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, so that's the difference between living by faith and in the church movement, there was a whole thing called the faith movement. Like, we're going to just, by faith, we're going to take this by faith, and we're going to, and it feels, even when I think about it, my heart's like, do I really have enough faith? I don't know if I have faith for that. Am I still in faith? If I see something that distracts me, am I still in faith? Am I still in faith? Am I faithing? Am I faithing right? But if you're just in love, if you just relax and you're being in love, and I don't mean necessarily like being in love. You know what I mean? You're in the frequency of, you just know God loves you. You just know. That is so much more peace and joy on it. And the clarity can come easier. I think it flows better, and that fog can be lifted better. And if you've got that certainty of vision and of hope, and you'll be able to better walk out your mission. So it comes back down to, what are the things to get clear on? Yeah, Kathy, so true. Thanks. And hey, Lynn. Yes. Oh, I see. I missed something. We need to enjoy the journey too. Absolutely. You know what? Here's a thought. This is a thought that really changed my view of things. I'm getting kind of close because I've got loud birds over here, and I'm trying to make sure that, I don't know. I'm pretending I'm intercepting the voice, and you can't hear them. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just being a goofball. But here's the thing. Oh, where was I going? What were we talking about? Oh, Kathy said something about, the destiny. Yeah, the enjoying the journey. Okay. So your destiny is not a destination. Your destiny is not a destination. Your destiny is the journey. Your destiny is who you're touching along the way. Your destiny is the character and the lessons that you build along the way. Your destiny is walking out every day. Did you just get up and eat your Cheerios and mac and cheese and lean cuisine, or whatever you're eating? I don't know. Not if you're Laura Van, I know that. But I'm saying, you're just getting up, and you get up, brush your teeth, go to work, come home, go to bed. Get up, brush your teeth, go to work, come home, go to bed. Or are you in your destiny? Like, you're making a difference in the world. You feel like your voice is going out there, and the messes that you have in your life are really learning points, and you can really truly embrace the journey and really truly embrace whatever you're going through. Like somebody, I think it was James, whose real name was Judah, but anyway, I think it was Judah. Yeah. Anyway, what James said about taking something about the trouble that you have. There's joy in all of the trouble. One of you guys look up this or something. You can tell I'm not a Bible scholar, right? Something about having joy even though you're in troubles. Count it all joy, or something to that effect. So how I take that now, and I didn't used to. You're so not alone if you didn't do this. Yeah. Hello, Yana. I don't know how to speak any Hebrew, but shalom. How about that? Is that like aloha? Like it can be used for everything? Shalom? Anyway. Okay. Anyway, hey, Yana, I'm glad you're here. So, where was I going with that? Okay, so When we can truly embrace whatever's going on in our life and whatever part of the journey is on, and just relax and be in the love, it removes that fog of indecisiveness and uncertainty, and it helps us with our confidence. Definitely. How many of us feel confident 100% of the time? Okay, my hands are down. All right? There's moments when we just feel like, holy schmoly, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I am feeling so like I am not qualified. I am not ready. I'm not like Moses. I'm feeling like I'm stammering. You're picking me to speak. No, Lord, you got the wrong guy, right? Or Gideon. I'm the least of my tribe. Surely there's somebody else. You know, I feel like that a lot. But the thing is that we're not supposed to. And we have to not only know that we're not supposed to, we have to feel like this is not me. I need to take that off and just remain in love. Remain in my identity, who I really am. Which if you haven't ever taken a look at who you are, if you strip off all of the roles and responsibilities that have been put on you in life, if you take that away, who are you? It's not an easy question. And, we can all say, oh, I'm a child of God. Yeah, but who are you uniquely? How are you designed uniquely to make a difference in the world? Because you're not here by accident. And you're not hearing this by accident either. Kathy, it is who you are going on the journey with the Lord. Yeah. Laura Van. I love you, Laura. Sharon Rose. Hello there. I should do these Facebook Lives more often, huh? So anyway, back to my rant on clarity. The things that steal our clarity, being indecisive and wishy-washy, and going with the surface feeling that we have. There's feelings and there's emotions, and sometimes there's surface emotions that we can have, but lower there's this gut feeling. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like on the surface, you're like, I am so mad I could cut somebody off in traffic right now, but lower down you're going, well, that's not going to help anything. That's just going to throw me off my seat of rest right now if I do that. So you just acknowledge the thought and let it go. Say, thank you for serving me. You're good to go now. You can leave. There's the door. Anyway, that's just one way that we can stay decisive. And remember, hold that frequency of joy. Stay in the love, hold, because that's your only job. And it shouldn't be work. It should be a relax. It's like, it's not a pressure, because when they graft the vine into, or a branch into a tree, they wrap it all up and it's like all taped together. So the branch isn't like holding itself there. I'm gonna do a demonstration right here, because here's the post that, let's see if I can get that back. Okay, so I'm not like holding on like this, right? I'm just holding because I'm taped on there. You're already grafted in, so you don't need to struggle to hold. So when I say hold, I'm just it's more about remembering where you are, remembering that you are in the heart of God, remembering that you are beloved, you are treasured, you are cherished, you have a purpose, you're unique, you're gifted. Remember those things, and you made a decision, you made a choice. For Laura Van, I'm choosing to have a healthy lifestyle, and these are the things that follow the healthy lifestyle, and I'm going to be vibrant, and these are the ways I'm going to be vibrant, and I'm not going to deviate from that because I already made that choice. If something else comes along that takes me off the path, I get to make, in that moment, I say, did I think that was a bad choice that I made earlier? No, that was a good choice that I made earlier. I'm going to stick to it. Thank you very much. Anyway. Okay, that was that rant. Laura Van, comparison. Craig Wells. Hello there, Craig. So, Laura Van, comparison. Now that could be a whole show in and of itself, couldn't it? Not only comparing to others, but comparing to our past or future self. I started remembering. Good one, Lynn. I started, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Comparison. Something about comparison. Oh, it'll come back to me. Anyway, so, yeah, I love doing Facebook Lives, but you guys are a little distracting. But I love it. I really do love it. I would prefer this than not having anybody here. That would be horrible, just talking to myself on a Facebook Live, which I've never done. Right? Of course I've done. Anyway, you do it for the replay viewers, right? And aloha and shalom, replay viewers. We love you too, even if you're not here live. All right. Vitor, hello there. All right, so where was I going? First of all, we were talking about clarity. We were talking about the things that can get you off of clarity, how it feels when you're not in clarity, the certainty and the confidence and the hope. Because literally, Jesus came to give us a hope and a future. And so if we're out of hope, that's a really bad place to be. And I've been there. Who hasn't? It's a bad place to be. But if you can envision your future, and if you can envision what your mission is, go into the heavenly realms and ask Father for your scroll and say, what's on my destiny scroll? He said that your book was written before you were born. So what's in your book? If you can go ask him, and you can get that, and that's a really certain, clear place to be. And so I would just encourage you to do that. And I'm thinking about it, so let me just mention it. With spirit-centered business, one of the 3 keys is alignment. And so when you're in alignment with your destiny, and you have your intellect and your heart in alignment with each other, which I didn't have for years. I had my heart just like turned off. Yeah, I loved what I did. So it wasn't so much that. It was, am I executing everything in the passionate way that really fulfills me and creates at the end of every day knowing I was productive and satisfied. There's a difference. There's a difference to just kind of loving what you do and really operating in passion and maybe it's the zone, So anyway, that's the passion piece, and then your head is your intellect. So when you've got those 2 in alignment, and then you're aligned with your purpose and your destiny, and especially in business, then it's not work anymore. It's fun. It's so fun. I absolutely love what I do, and I work with brilliant clients that just, I get to be amazed. And I just pinch myself every day with how diverse and just unique the voices are that I work with. Now, there's some common threads, of course. There's common threads, but the way that people present ideas, or the ideas that they have, or the the vision that they have of, or the stuff that they've been through, and the way that they've designed something to help someone else is just so unique. And it's like, wow, I never would have thought of that. But of course I wouldn't have. It's not me. I have my own thing, you know. But I get to see, I get to see their brilliance, which is really, really cool. Hi, Susan. But anyway, I just want to inspire you guys that get clarity at all costs. Get that clarity, because if you can peel off those layers of confusion and uncertainty and unstableness, and oh, here's the other thing that I was thinking of when Laura was saying comparison. Because sometimes, and especially with the uncertainty that's in the world, when we come and we step into certainty, we're like an odd duck, right? And we have to navigate relationships with people who don't have their certainty, and navigate people who like have fallen for the lies and stuff, and are falling for, you know, and just weird stuff that it's not their fault. You know, they've been programmed for decades. We've been programmed. I don't want to go down that road, but I'm just saying that when you're in your certainty and everyone else around you is in their chaos, just remember, hold. And regarding the comparison, sometimes we feel like we're waiting to be picked. Like it's someone else's job to pick us, you know? And you're just waiting like, are you going to pick me? Are you going to pick me? Am I good enough? You know? I'm doing XYZ that someone over there who got picked is doing. I saw them doing it, get picked too. You know, and when you're in that space of waiting to get picked, it's so disempowering. It really robs you of your power and authority. And so I want to encourage you, if there's any place in your life where you're just waiting to be picked, or you're waiting for something to happen, you're waiting for the gyms to open so you can get back to the gym and get exercising, don't wait, you know? Another way to look at it is, or another example of the waiting bit, is who's responsible for paying your bills? It's not your business, it's not your job, it's not your employer, it's you. You know, you're responsible for paying your bills. You get to step up and say, it's my time. I'm going to take this moment now, and I'm going to take it by force, and no one's going to stop me. And it's your choice to say, no, I made that decision, and now I'm holding. You know, no one is going to come along and rescue you. No one is going to come along and pick you. And the thing is that if they do, they probably have a different agenda than your agenda. Does that make sense? If someone comes along and picks you for something, they have a plan for you. And so you're going to be operating in their plan, and you get to make the decision. Am I going to trust that person, and do I want that plan that they have for me, or am I going to stay in my plan and hold, right? Hold my joy, stay in the love, stay in my decision, stay in my certainty, stay in my clarity, you know, stay in the love. It's your choice. So that's what I have to say about that. All right, you guys, this has been really, really good. Thank you so much for being here with me. Lynn, waiting to get picked or approved of all my life until I knew I could spend personal time with Yeshua. Now, absolutely, absolutely. Think about where that's translated in other parts of your life, Lynn. You know, if you're waiting to get picked for a promotion, or waiting to get picked for anything in life, you know? Even if you are literally, for real, waiting to get picked, you don't have to have that mindset of, I hope I'm good enough and that someone will notice me, and even if you're literally physically in a space where you're being picked, whatever, you don't have to adopt that. It's almost like a victim mindset. Let's just call it that. It's a victim mindset, because it's not you standing in your authority and saying, I know who I am. I know I'm good enough. And if they don't pick me for this, the next person's going to pick me, and it'll be awesome and it'll be great. Or I just pick myself and I do my own thing and it's all good. So there's a different mindset about it. So I hope that makes sense. I don't mean to be rambling on and on. Ingrid. Hello, Ingrid. Shalom. I don't know if Yana's still on here, but I'm using shalom like aloha. It's like good for everything. Shalom. Peace. Hello. Yes, so many revelations. Oh, good. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Because sometimes I do feel, I pray over Holy Spirit, just take a hold of my mouth and just let whatever's supposed to come out. But you never know with me. Yeah, that's where I'm in my certainty, is I'm certainly not gonna know what comes out of my mouth. But it's all good. It's all good. I only speak from my heart and from experience, and hopefully I'm just real and raw with you guys, because it's been a heck of a week. It's like I said, I'm losing my studio too. No, not losing it. It's my friends are moving back in here, so I'm not going to have this beautiful space. And so I know God's going to provide me a new one, but it's a little bit like I've been like, what's going to happen? But I just have to hold. I know God is going to provide for me. I know it's going to be beautiful and wonderful and exactly what I need. And I just have to hold. Just hold and be in love and be happy about it. So, all right, you guys. I gotta land this plane. We've been circling the airport now for quite a while. Every time I see a new comment, we circle again. All right. So love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Spirit-Centered Business and what we're doing over there. I would like to, invite you into the Academy if you haven't heard about it. The guests that we have on the show all have taught a lesson in the Academy. And then we meet twice a month and talk about the lessons, or just an open Q&A, like that. So it's kind of a community, kind of a learning mix, blendio thing, the Academy. And I have some other exciting stuff coming up, but I don't want to spill the beans quite yet. So it's all good. It's all really good. All right, you guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you all. Mwah. Love ya.
Thank you for listening to Spirit-Centered Business with Bralynn Newby. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. The next stage of doing business by being spirit-centered is coming together in collaboration, working with spiritual principles, and knowing our destiny. Join our tribe at spiritcenteredbusiness.com, and we'll catch you on the next broadcast. Peace out.